Here we go. Hi there, my name is Inan Zur, and I am composing the music for Lord of the Rings: War in the North. I got a call about 2 years ago from Mr. Craig Dooman, who is the audio director on Lord of the Rings. Craig told me, I'm working on a title. Most of the music is going to be probably licensed. But maybe you could help me a little bit here and there. And I said, sure, what do you need? Well, a year and a half after it, he needed the whole thing, the whole enchilada.
I wanted someone that was just very easy to work with and was very good. And Inan just fits the bill perfectly on those things.
My inspirations for writing the music for Lord of the Rings coming from many places. First, when I was teenage, I read all the books, and I remember that it had amazing amount of influence on me. I used to dream about it. It just created a whole new world for me, and I always thought that this world, in a way, is very dramatic, and it carries a lot of potential for music. Almost think that the music was creating itself in my mind way before I actually put it on paper. Coming to compose the music for such a huge project like Lord of the Rings takes a lot of preparation. Just to begin with, I'd like to know the main story.
An ancient evil has arisen from the shadows. Sauron gathers power. His malice inflames those who follow him.
I'd like to know the main characters and the motivations behind what they're doing. Obviously, who's the bad guys, who are the good guys, all the forces, political influences, whatever you want out of this story.
To the north, he sends Agandaur, cruel master of dark sorceries, to crush all who would dare to oppose him.
This will really help me to start crafting what will become later on the actual score. We really tried to study carefully the terrain, what is the story inside this place, how people are dressed in this place, all the factors that are covering these places, so we could bring it to life with the music in the best way. They told me, the development team, that this game takes the movie few notches darker. It's almost like the Lord of the Rings, the dark side. Because it's about this champion, Agandaur, that is coming to create a lot of havoc. We have to protect Middle-earth against him.
Against this rising shadow stand those who do not seek glory, who do not seek power, those who fight to stem the onslaught. To protect their people, their lands, and all of Middle-earth.
I'm Asaf Rinde, and I'm the music producer on Northern North. I've been working with Inan for the last 4.5 years, and over that time we did many games. I would say every project is kind of different, and it usually starts with a good conversation.
So we're sitting all together and sort of contemplating how are we going to tackle the whole story, how are we going to tackle it musically, really finding the places the music could be really highlighting, the places that needed to be highlighted. I'm using a lot of dark shades of the orchestral palette, low brass alongside with low instruments, heavy war drums. The harmony is very, very dark, sometimes even scary. One thing in the game that was veering away a little bit is really telling the story from the point of view almost of the bad guys, not the good guys, because the driving force here are the bad guys. They're creating problems.
I am the right hand of Sauron. I will see your precious Rivendell burning, and your mongrel father hauled before me in chains.
But most of the game, what we call in-game music, you need to frame the atmosphere, you need to create emotion, you need to create this, I say, like the fourth dimension, the emotional dimension, by writing what you want the player to feel rather than really try to follow the player everywhere he goes, because that's almost impossible. My favorite part is always discovering new themes. For example, creating the theme for Balaram for me was really, really special. It was a special challenge because I was trying to picture how he flies and soaring in the air and have the melody sort of like accompany him.
Abbey Road's one of the most famous studios in the world. You can ask anybody, and even if they aren't knowledgeable in music, they've heard of Abbey Road.
The one great thing about Abbey Road is not only that every major score was ever recorded here, and there's all the history, you know, the Beatles recorded here, and Sting recorded here, and Florence and the Machine recorded here, and now we are recording here.
They've been here since 1930. They've recorded some of the most successful records of all time.
The 60s were, Abbey Road had so many like #1 hit records every week. I started here in 1967 when that era was still going on. This is probably the best place to record anywhere, really. For large orchestral music, there's probably nowhere better.
Being at Abbey Road for me is like a total dream comes true. Long since I was really young child, admiring the music that came from England, specifically the Beatles, that this was their second home. It's basically a vibrant place, and it creates the whole atmosphere. You almost don't need to add anything. It's already here, the magic is here.
The room is just, but there's just nothing else you could say.
It's just got a vibe about it. The whole building's got a vibe, but this room in particular.
For a long time now, Inon and I are trying to get this unique sound, and you know, we've been recording in so many locations, and I must say that finally, you know, the first hour of the session, we were both looking at each other like, we got it. This is it. This is the sound we were looking for. Now all this sound is the room here at Abbey Road.
It has almost its own sound. It's like a musical instrument in a way. When you play in this room, you are playing in Abbey Road. It has a tremendous character to it. It took me a bit of like 2 or 3 cues just to get used to the sound.
Yeah.
It's just different.
It's different.
You know, but I think that it's such an accommodation for Lord of the Rings specifically. It was such a good choice, you know, for the sound, really.
you know what I want to hear? Just solo the ribbons. The O2R. LOTR.
Wow. That's just, these are the one behind me, right? It's amazing.
It has so much live element to it. It has a long reverb to it. It brings so much life. And I'm sure all that stuff will translate into emotions that will go into the game and, will help the experience. We got to work with the Philharmonia here. It's just amazing. These musicians, they are looking for the first time at the scores, and they've never seen it, and they're top notch. It cannot get better than that. Just cannot. Basically, how it works is I work with Inon. Inon is conducting the score. So while he conducts, he focuses on so many, details and elements that he has to dictate the orchestra and pass it to them as much information as possible.
Okay, and this is one cue that it starts with 4/4, but then goes to 3/4. So, and it's fast and it's 3/4.
Here we go.
So while he do that, I need to make sure we got the right take, we got the right notes, and all the details we are actually having on the score translate into real life.
So, that was beautiful. I think that there's something going on in 82, 83.
Let's just do all the way on 39 F sharps, please. Just sounds better.
This is the fun part.
About the orchestra, we're varied between about 60-piece to about close to 70-piece orchestra, not including choir. Overall, the orchestral span is quite big here. It's not all like one type of music. We're moving between quiet and almost romantic cues to a very harsh, warlike cues.
This studio is just so ideally set up for orchestral recording, and it's got a 2.5 second reverb time. And it's got enough height. It's about 40 feet high, which is unusual. Not many rooms in the world have got that height. So that means it's got a lot of volume and space for the sound to travel. And, when you're recording a lot of loud battle scenes and very aggressive sounding music, a room can compress if it isn't big enough. So you need not only the floor space, but you need the height.
I felt when I was writing the music for the game, that bringing in a live choir could really enhance the score. Remember that we're talking about magical world. Bringing choir could really enhance the magic in the game, could really enhance the dark wonder that we have in the game.
We had a lot of choir pieces, and we needed that support for the cues. And we asked around, and Pinewood Singers were the most logical choice.
The Pinewood Singers got involved in the Lord of the Rings War in the North video game project. My involvement in this particular project is conducting the choir, the Pinewood Singers, for this video game.
I am so happy and thrilled and honored to have you here with us, and I heard so many great things about you, so I'll just sit quietly in the studio and let you do your magic. And good luck.
It's quite normal for the musicians and singers, of course, the orchestra as well, to see the music for the first time. When they walk into the studio, they sit down, they open the pad, and that's the first time they've seen it. And then the red light goes on, the baton comes down, and they play it. And the same with the singers this morning. It was the first time they've seen it.
Great. When we're recording the choir, and we've got 16 singers, and we double track them, then we triple track them. So what I do is I've got a set of distant mics and a set of close mics. And on the first pass, I have all those mics equal. And on the second pass, I have the close mics a few dBs lower. And on the third pass, we don't even have them in at all. We just have only the distant mics. So you can make the illusion of having 6 rows of singers when you've actually only got 2.
Okay, once again then please, 30 seconds.
It must be the best project we've ever worked on. We are here in London at Abbey Road, and we almost got hit by a car trying to take the picture on this crosswalk and everything. And it just, it's great.
Hearing the tracks back, wow, amazing. Like, I get chills.
I believe that it's probably the most magical session I ever did in my life. The sound that is coming out of this magical place is just, being transcended into some other world sometimes.
Yeah, the bassoon was beautifully played.
I'm very, very excited about this amazing opportunity that was brought to me by Warner Brothers Interactive, and this is to perform the music I wrote for Lord of the Rings during E3.
Here he is, Yunonsu.
Thank you very much. Lord of the Rings, War in the North is very different from most of the games that I worked so far. And the reason is that I am carrying with me this childhood memories of reading the books, living them one after the other, and really wishing I could be part of them. When you read J.R. Tolkien, the feeling is that he takes you with him for a journey. And this is the way I am treating this. I'm not presenting my music to the listener or to the player. I'm telling the player, come with me. I want to show you something.
The style and the sound and the mixing and the feel for the game, I think people are going to be very pleased with how it comes out.
I want to believe that this music will take the players, my children, and whoever is going to touch it, and bring them into this amazing, enchantful, and magical world of Tolkien.